I drink Nestle Boost Optimum para I can.
Okay, I have basically got this set up. I found out something that was actually kind of cool, that straight from OBS, this actually, there we go. This actually will automatically create a new live stream with the previous settings. So I had to go back and change title fairly quickly. That, as you can hear, the voice is a little bit different. I'm hoping you're hearing the voice pretty well. That I got some new setups and some new toys. And so for a lot of this, I'm actually going to be using a webcam instead of that I had to put the chat window on top of this, or otherwise the chat window was being cut off about here. That I got a new toy here, and what's kind of cool about this view is, oops, there we go. I can actually turn off one of the segments. I got this V9 sound card, as well as a new mic setup. And I don't have, I can't, I'm just going to have to move this one. I'm sorry, people. Like I said, I need a couple more cameras, it seems. I actually got a new boom mic that we're starting to do a lot more of these live streams, and we're starting to do a lot more with the OBS recording different videos. And so I had a really nice mic setup back in Phoenix that we chose to leave back in Phoenix for a couple of reasons. And I'm not entirely sure that was the greatest idea, but it was what happened, and it's just the way it is. So, good morning from the Philippines. It is 9:16. I'm actually getting on this a little bit late, but hey, I'm sorry. I was rushing to try and finish figuring all this stuff out. I actually did the box opening yesterday and am in the process of figuring all this stuff out. And I actually managed to figure out a few cool things on this. Yeah, I'm playing with my phone right now, sorry. Yeah, where'd it go? If you notice, I'm wearing the headphones because this way I can actually see what I'm doing. That I've got the headphone cable that comes in here, and so I'm actually listening to what this is putting out into the computer instead of just me talking. I kind of wanted to hear a little bit more what was going on so that I know what's being said and done at the moment. The other kind of cool thing to it, I don't think you can see it well, but this light's flashing right here, that there's actually a Bluetooth connection here that doesn't seem to be active at the moment, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Okay, there we go. I know what's going on now. That was my bad partly. You can actually Bluetooth from your phone into this. Yeah, I like Carpenters. I like some of the older music. And the other kind of cool thing to it is there's a voiceover key, so that as you start speaking and it picks up from the mic, it mutes the music in the background. Without it, the music stays at the same level, so that can be kind of a plus or a minus. But I kind of like the idea of it being able to be muted as you're talking. But if you're trying to do like a KTV or something like that, karaoke type stuff, probably not a great idea. And the other cool thing to it, and what I did in the beginning, you actually can adjust the volume a fair amount right from the machine. And what I had done is I'd actually had it turned off so that it was playing in the background, but not on volume, and I'd forgotten about that. There's actually quite a few neat things that this kind of plays with, and I'm hoping to get a few comments and maybe some feedback in how this is actually working, and if it's actually working well, or anything like that would definitely be appreciated. But Cindy's actually at the doctor's today. That she went down and is doing lab work. She's having the blood counts and all that stuff done for the baby. And because of the current situation, yeah, we're not allowed to, or I'm not allowed to be in there. So I get to stay home, and I get to do the live stream this way too. I'm actually hoping that there's people out there. And I'm actually going to do something, if you'll forgive me for a minute. Uh, since I haven't gotten any comments yet, I I want to check and make sure that this is actually playing and people are actually hearing things instead of me just sitting here talking with nothing. So, okay. Yes, I actually do this on my phone too. So, hey, it's just kind of a backup way for me to figure this stuff out and see what is and isn't working and how well it's working and all that rot. All right, now I got to figure out how to put this back in real quick. Okay. Now, huh? I'm not hearing myself in the. I'm hoping. I'm hoping this is going to be coming through. All I'm getting is hissing and buzzing in the back of my speakers. I hope that's not what's coming out. Over here, I'm not getting anything. So, huh? I'm not entirely understanding why that's happening. That it's got several different settings for your voice changing and for uh, sound profiles to put out with. That it's actually kind of a neat thing. Oh, no, I don't get it. That I wasn't normally. I should be seeing the comments as they come up, but for some reason I didn't until I did this. But hmm, it's the fun of playing with new toys is figuring out this stuff, and that's exactly what I'm doing is figuring out a lot of this stuff. I I appreciate you guys hanging out and checking out and uh, kind of being guinea pigs while while I'm playing with this and getting a system set up. Yeah, I need the glasses and I've got. There we go. I've got cheap public market glasses that their correct distance is at. Yeah, you're not being able to see it. Their correct distance isn't too far away, so I gotta actually get up and actually see the comments. I don't know what happened on that one. That was kind of different because all of a sudden I didn't have any comments, and then like 11 of them showed up. I truly appreciate you guys being here and dealing with some of this stuff. But right now, Cindy and I are kind of getting into doing these live streams and would like to do some more and start doing a little bit better live streaming. And with her, she's walking and she's starting to do more, but it's still pretty limited. And she is actually a little hard to walk even at this point, and I have a feeling it's going to get worse. The obstetrician she's seeing has already said that normally on this that they would recommend bed rest for the pregnancy. But as long as the fetus is developing normally and there is no problem, that she's gonna say go for it and do what you feel comfortable doing. And that was one huge advantage of going down to Sabunga last week is Mama managed to convince her to start doing a lot more than I'd been able to convince her to do. And so that was a huge perk. That she was getting out, she was doing a lot more walking. Yesterday we did a little bit of walking, and she did a lot going around the floor, the condo we're living in, the center section where the elevators are. It's about 150 steps to do the square. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out where the camera is here. It's about 150 steps to do the square, and she would go out there and do that, a couple times an hour, about every 15, 30 minutes. She'd go out and do that and get step count. It's getting to be Philippine summer, so it's a tad bit warm for her. And I lost myself there. Actually, Michael and Heidi, that Cebu is still sticking with the minimal quarantines. The big thing is coming in and out of Cebu, coming in and out of province. That her brother went to Mindanao to visit his girlfriend, and a couple weeks earlier, Mama and Papa came back from Mindanao. That they came through CDO back to Cebu, and were trying to get the barangay clearances, and found out they didn't even need them, and the ferry company didn't even want them. And Jill expected that's what was going to happen, but after the fiasco in Manila, that they went back to going to the extreme. And so he wasn't able to get back. He actually flew into Manila to do some training for the agency he works for. Hey, Mr. David Brown, how is it in New Zealand? You're actually, I think, in the same time zone I am. So it is morning for you. Yeah, Philippine experience. I'm not entirely sure you're going to need that parachute, but I wouldn't completely put it away either. That I am not 100% confident that it's not going to be needed in the future, but I'm thinking it wouldn't hurt to have it on a standby. Yeah, I moved the camera back up so you can see me. That I like the wide angle on this a lot better than I do the real tight angle on the webcam camera. I'm thinking, oh, New Zealand's 5 hours ahead of us? Oh my gosh. So it's like 4 a.m. for you guys. Oh wow, you're up way early. Yeah, I don't know time zones at all in this part of the world, but yeah, we'd be about like New York to LA. That's a pretty big time difference. I didn't realize New Zealand was quite that far away. I thought Australia and New Zealand were a little bit closer than that because you could get fairly inexpensive flights going there. Way cheaper than you could from the US. When all this silliness does finally get back to normal, that Cindy and I would really like to go to New Zealand, Australia. It's got some gorgeous country that would be really cool to visit. And we had kind of planned on doing some of these visits. Oh, okay, okay. So you're 5 hours later than we are. Okay. Yeah, you're five. Okay, 5 hours ahead, not behind. Okay, that makes sense. It takes me a minute to catch up on these things sometimes. Yeah, hey, sorry. I, it's just me. It is what it is. You got to try living inside this head someday. It's an experience. That there's a few others that are wanting to come to the Philippines, and I've seen a couple come in successfully, and I don't know how they were able to get the visas, or whether or not they got a visa just at the exact right window time frame to do so. That it's making it kind of interesting game of roulette and trying to get here. That there's been multiple people that have been turned down at the airport. We had a friend that he's married to a Filipina that here about 6 months ago tried to come in and they got turned down, but we're in LA and we're able to run and get um, a visa form real quick because he's used to coming in under the Balikbayan program, and that's what they'd always done. This last time, he had to get the whatever visa it is that they get, a spouse would normally get, and that he's had to renew it once. They've looked at going back a couple times and realized the challenge of getting back here to the Philippines and have decided to stay. I guess they've got tickets out at the end of April, but his visa doesn't run out until the end of May, and they're very seriously considering just extending the stay here until the end of May and making a decision at that point because of the hassle of getting back in. So the parachute may not be necessary, but I wouldn't get rid of it either. Uh, you know, that even travel within the country right now, like I say, that her youngest brother went to Mindanao, and by the time he went to come back a week or two later, the rules had completely changed. The end of this month, we're looking to go up to Bantayan Island. It's an island in the northern part of Cebu, off the west coast, I think, north coast. I don't know which coast you want to talk about, but as you're heading north, as you're heading up Cebu, it's that way on the left, and it's a really cool place. Cindy has some friends or relatives or something like that up there, so we're gonna go up. The tentative plans right now is we're gonna go up and check out what's going on up there and just have a little mini vacation while we're still able to have the vacation, uh, both due to lockdowns and uh, it's not going to be too long before Cindy is. Oh, very cool. You can get. So, dude, you can get to. Where am I? There we go. You can get to Australia from New Zealand. I, you're going to have to forgive my American ignorance. Is New Zealand a separate country from Australia? That I think it is, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. I'm honest on that one. Again, my geography isn't the greatest. Singapore? Yeah, I thought Singapore was a city. I didn't realize it was a country. Yeah. I can tell you what all 50 states are. I can tell you I think I can tell you all the provinces of Canada. But this part of the country, this part of the world, up until I met Cindy, was kind of a blank to me. That it was just kind of uh, a remote dream. I don't know what you want to say on that one. But I think most Americans like that are like that, unfortunately. But there again, there's a lot of things about the U.S. that Cindy never knew until she got there because it's so far away and not someplace that they're realistically going to go. Uh, it, it was kind of funny that when Mama and Papa came in, that they flew into L.A., we went down to San Diego, and we came across from San Diego through Yuma, through I-8 into Phoenix that way. And Mama or Papa made the comment that there's a lot of mountains, but they're all naked. There's no trees. And that was something that was kind of bewildering to them, that all the mountains with no vegetation, and going into the desert was a neat experience for them, that they'd never seen something like that. And it wasn't a desert like anything that they'd ever envisioned or pictured. That they kind of pictured the Sahara with the huge sand dunes and just the blowing sand and stuff like that. What was kind of funny, and it was just kind of funny that the winter that they picked there, the winter of 2019, 2020, was one of the wettest winters on record. That it was, when we moved there in 92, the winter of 92, 93 was their 1,000-year flood. But this 2019, 2020 was the wettest winter since that point. And so Mama and Papa, that they saw more rain in Phoenix than you would normally see. So a lot of the dry things that we tried to tell them about just weren't there for them. So they didn't get to experience that. One of these days, hopefully before too long, we'll take them back to the States. May take them back late fall, early summer, or late summer, early fall, so that they can kind of experience a little bit of that. That for some reason today, and I may just hoover over it and let it go, let it stay there. Unless I hoover over the icon for the Windows, for the Google Chrome, the comments don't come up, and I'm not entirely sure why that is. So, again, a little tidbit to learn. That one of the other things that we're looking to try and do is in 2023, in April, there is going to be an eclipse, going to be a total eclipse that actually passes through my hometown. And at this point, it's kind of tentative. We're really thinking about doing that, is going back at that point. And that would put Pumpkin at about 30 months. So that'd be old enough to fly and be manageable while they fly. And because there's going to be going from Asia to the West Coast, it's a 12-hour flight minimum. If we do Cebu to LA, that's like a 15-hour flight. You know, being trapped on a plane that long like that is extremely hard on people alone, let alone kids. Hey, you're gonna have to excuse me a second. Somebody just got home.
Hey, you're good.
Okay.
I just went straight home because I need to take vitamins.
Hey, oh, where are you? There you are.
Yay! Oh,
That was actually kind of quick.
yeah, because I'm pregnant.
Oh. Hey, take what advantages you can.
You got priorities.
Yeah, between you being pregnant and me being disabled, that we can get double priority. So we use the express lanes all the time with that. It makes shopping a lot easier. That Yesterday we went to our first trip at Landers. Oh.
Okay, don't just continue doing because I need to warm my rice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Cindy's getting ready and she's doing the pregnant thing and making snacks.
I need to take my vitamins too.
And of course, warming up the rice. Rice is life, right?
Yeah. Of course. This one.
That yeah, I've actually been playing around with this stupid. I'm changing topics. Again, try living in his mind. But this is actually kind of cool because you can do. There we go. That was actually part of the reason for getting this thing. It's got a bunch of different fun sound effects you can do. It helps with getting a better mic than was going on. And I've actually done a little bit of adjustment to it to try and get it to sound better. I hope it is sounding really decent. And as we get more going, yeah, Cindy's walking around doing stuff. Squirrel. I'm bad at that. I'm sorry. I distract way too easily.
Sorry.
Oh no, that's quite all right. But we actually. Oh, no worries, no worries, no worries. We actually need to go back to both the bank and the LTO. The bank to get some cash and do an exchange, and the LTO that Sunshine when we got it. And I'm going to do a major review on this one. That when we got it, we were told that we were going to have a 2-year registration, and this is partly our fault that we didn't look at it when we got it, and the registration actually expired last week of March. So we need to go back and get it renewed. And the bike actually expired last August, and I didn't realize it. That was my bad. And so we need to go back and get that one renewed as being almost a year late. So that one's going to be kind of fun. And I'm not sure. So I'm thinking that one probably is going to be done tomorrow, so we can be down there first thing in the morning. And I'll let Cindy handle one and I'll handle the other, I guess. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We may just do both together. Yeah. Or see if we can do both together. But it definitely gets challenging some days here. The bank, we may go do that. We may go down and do the bank thing later today, if you don't mind.
Yeah, we can do that.
When do you need to start your new project?
Oh, my boss did not respond yet. So I'm waiting for it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Cindy's actually starting a new project on Upworks, and it's going to be like a 4 to 6 week thing. So she's actually going to be a little bit busy during the days too now. As soon as the new boss responds, if they respond. Yeah. If not, there's a couple other projects that she can do. Last I checked.
Yes.
So, and I just got a yes. So I don't know if you were able to hear that.
Okay, just enjoy her doing there because I'm eating.
I'm actually going to be kind of curious to go back and listen to the playback on this and see how much of this actually does come through.
I got orange juice. I got chicken for breakfast. So, yeah.
But I'm actually gonna sign off for this morning. I appreciate everybody that came by. I wish today's was a little bit more interesting, but it was kind of an impromptu thing with playing with some of the new toys and seeing how well they worked. I hope they worked well for everybody. That plan on seeing them a little bit more in the future. Plan on seeing them in a couple of the videos that we're going to be doing. That I'm getting our budget video ready, and that's done in this same software, just done as a screen recorder, so that because almost all the information is on the computer, so that's what you actually need. But I will talk with everybody in the morning tomorrow. Tomorrow will be another walking live stream. Hopefully not quite as much buffering as the other day. Still haven't quite figured out where I'm gonna do it from. And if we go to the LTO to be there first thing in the morning, it may not happen, or maybe way late, and see how that one goes. So if you don't see one at the normal time, my apologies. Unfortunately, getting the LTO handled is kind of more of a priority. That Sunshine is down, and after not for the count, but Sunshine's kind of down for a long 9. Yeah, stay tuned for, and it's probably going to be a couple weeks. But enjoy, people. Mabuhay.
Oh, it's salty.